before knowing the concept of leave encashment of salary, we should know the term what is leave salary. And before knowing the term leave salary, we should know the concept of what is leave, mainly related to earned leave, casual leave. Every organization, every company, they'll be giving some amount or some days of leave to their employees in terms of casual leave, or it may be in terms of earned leave, or it may be in terms of medical leave or sick leave. Many other, that variety of leaves may depend upon the type of company or type of organization, what type of organization it is. And all these leave categories has their own features. Now mainly when we discuss about casual leave, it is popularly called as CL. So these CLs will be having, it means company, if your organization will only give CL which cannot be transferable or which cannot be carried forwarded to next coming years. If the CL is given to you, if 15 CL is given to you in a year by the organization, it means by the employer, only those 15 CLs, it means casual leaves, should be utilized in the same year. Should be utilized in the same year. Then when we move on to earned leave, earned leave, that is EL, popularly called as earned leave. These EL, these ELs can be utilized and also can be carried forwarded to next coming years. For example, uh, when I'm working, where you all are working, you'll be getting 30 30 earned leaves in a year. For 1 year, your employer will give 30 leaves. It means you can take 30 leaves that are earned leaves without pay cut. You will be getting 30 earned leaves. And these, out of these 30 earned leaves, what you will do? You will take 10 days leave. 10 days you will take leave. Remaining 10, 20 are pending. That 20 can be carried forwarded to next year. And next year, again, your employer will give 20. Sorry, next year 30, balance is 20. Next year they'll be adding 30, so total 50 leaves are with you. In next year you will take 30 leaves, you will take 30 leaves. So what is the pending remaining? 20. So after 2 years or after 3 years, after so many years of service, what amount of leaves, EL, earned leaves, which is in your account, it means which is with you in your hand, that can be encashed. I can take a salary for those days of leaves. It means I have not taken these leaves, I have not utilized these leaves for leave, it means to take leave. In that reason, I can inform the company that I need a cash, it means in the terms of cash. So that taking the salary for those leave days, taking the cash in the form of salary for those leave days, mainly earned leave days, it is called as encashment of leave salary. Encashment of leave salary. And when we move on, encashment of salary. Encashment of salary is nothing but what leaves, it means earned leaves are with you in your account. You're going to surrender that. It means you're going to submit that. You're going to inform your employer where you're working. You're going to inform them that these many leaves I have with me. So those, for those leaves, you are requesting your employer to give cash. It means salary. That concept is called as encashment of leave salary. The concept is called as encashment of leave salary. It means employee, every or employee, they'll be having some credits of 30, 20, 50, 100, 200 leaves. They'll submit those. It means they'll surrender those leaves, earned leaves, and they're going to take salary for those days. That is called as encashment of leave salary. And when it comes to the tax, when it comes to tax perspective, in India, mainly as per Income Tax Act of 1961, as per Income Tax Act of 1961, we have many tax provisions. So the tax provisions, every one aspect related to the salary, each aspect in the salary has different sections in Income Tax Act. Same way for this encashment of leave salary, also we have the section called section number 10 subsection 10, section 10 subsection 10 AA. So this Income Tax Act is a very complicated act. We can tell that very complicated act. Why? Because it has more than 200, sorry, more than 600 sections in it. More than 600 sections in it, and it is very too heavy act which is followed at present in India. So it has so many sections in that. Section 10 subsection 10 AA. So this is one act, one section provision which explains about the leave salary. And here leave salary, when you are taking a leave salary, so it is classified into two perspective. For tax it is classified into two perspective. One is leave salary received during the service, leave salary received at the time of retirement. Two uh, ways it is classified for tax purpose. One is when you are in service, if you received, and when you are in it means after retiring or during the time of retirement, if you receive this salary, what is the tax treatment? It is classified into two perspectives or two types. One is for leave salary when you received when you are in service. Service in the sense you are working in the organization. You are working as an employee in one organization, one company, and after serving for 1 or 2 years or 3 4 years, you will be receiving this encashment of leave salary. And in such case, if you received this leave salary, if you encashed your leave as a salary, then what is the tax provision? In such cases, again it is further classified into government employee and private. Government employee, it means private in the sense non-government employee. So it is again classified into government employee and non-government employee. So for government employee it is fully taxable, and for non-government employee also it is fully taxable. It means when you are working, if you encash your salary, if you encash your leave salary, that amount, whatever amount you will be getting, that amount will be considered for taxable purpose. When we calculate the tax, we should identify what is the income of a particular person, so which will be considered for tax. In that calculation of income, this amount in the form of leave salary or encashment of leave salary, that amount what you receive or cash what you receive, should be considered for tax purpose. Then when it comes to the leave salary received during the time of retirement, when a person retired from his service, he retiring from his service. Normally many times we have seen many people will be working in many organization for many years, so many years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 35 years. So after serving so many years, they retire from their service. They'll not be working after that. And when they are retiring from their service, if they receive encashment of leaves, when they surrender and they will receive cash in the form of encashment of leave, what is the situation? In such case, government employees one provision, and again non-government employees one provision. Government employee, what is the provision? So government employee, for government employees it is fully tax free. For government employees it is fully tax free. It means if you are a government employee and you are retiring after serving for many years, and if you are receiving salary in terms of encashment of leave, that is encashment of earned leave, then the amount what you are receiving is fully tax free. You no need to pay tax. So in this, all this, for government employees, this one kind of major benefit is given to government employees because they're working in government organizations. And private employees, it means non-government employees, those who are working in non-government organizations as a non-government employee, they partly taxable, partly exempted. It means how much amount they receive, out of that some part is exempted and some part is taxable. For example, I received 3 lakh rupees after retiring from my service. Example, after serving for 20 years, I retire from my service and I'll receive 3 lakh as a leave encashment. It means encashment of leave. In such case, what happens? Out of 3 lakh, only some amount of portion is taxable and remaining amount will be exempted. So how to identify that how much amount is taxable and how much amount is exempted? We should know that what will be taxable and what will be exempted. We should identify that. To identify that, the Income Tax Act section 10 subsection 10 AA, that section gives a provision and it gives the detailed information regarding how to tax or how to identify this exempted amount and remaining taxable amount. So this is the format for computation of taxable leave salary. So just now in the previous slide, I explained that for non-government employee, when he is receiving leave salary during the time of retirement, he should pay tax and not a full amount. Some part of amount will be exempted, some part of amount should be paid, and it means should be considered for taxable purpose. And in such case, that part exempted and remaining is taxable. To identify that, to know that, we should follow these procedures, and this is the format for computation. It means to identify that. And here, as this format, we should compare the leave salary along with the remaining three items. Totally four items should be considered. It means four amounts should be considered here. One is actual amount what they receive, that is first item, what actual amount what they receive, and leave salary as per IT law. Leave salary as per IT law, it means here the first point and second point, first point is also leave salary, second point is also leave salary, but there will be difference as per the company provisions or policy related to encashment of leave as per the income tax provisions. Income tax provision tells one thing, and company policies they may tell one thing. So, and normally what happens, to avoid more tax, or many companies, they, it is not only to avoid tax, many companies they may give more number of days as a leave salary, or more number of days as a earned leave, and all those more number of days in a year should not be considered for tax calculation for leave salary. As per provision which is given, as per provision which is given in the IT law, 1 year only a person or assessee should utilize, it means should be considered only 30 days of leave, earned leave should be considered for 1 year. Only 30 days earned leave should be considered for 1 year. But company provisions may be some other things, like many other policies they follow their own policies, leave policies. So company may grant you 50 days of earned leave in a year, or 40 days of earned leave in a year, but it is not applicable here in the second point. Only salary as per IT law. For that there is a provision, there is a simple formula we have the simple formula, A into B minus C into D. So just I'll brief it out, what is A, what is B, and what is CT. A is total number of service, B is number of months leave what they have, or what they number of days of leave what they'll get during the service. So, and it should not be crossing 30 days in a year, 30 days in a year. But in the previous point, it can be 45, it can be 30, or it can be 60. Then C is amount of, it means number of days of leave which is, it means a person is utilized. So if he has taken 1 month encashment, and if he has taken 2 months leave, total 3 months he will be utilized, he is already used those leaves. So that is C. Then D is his average 10 months salary. It means we should consider the average last 10 months salary. Out of 10 months salary we should take the average of 10 months salary, then that is D. Then last 10 months average salary, the next point is next 10 months average salary. Then fourth point is maximum limit. Here income tax act, income tax provision gives a limit of 3 lakh. It means the exemption which can be claimed for taxable salary, it means taxable leave salary should not cross 3 lakh. If it is beyond 3 lakh, we should limit it to 3 lakh.